This is Shawn Irwin, your youth director with Darts Ontario. Welcome to episode 14 of Darts Ontario Let's Talk Darts. I wanted to talk to our youth players from past and present to see how they got into darts and their story. Thank you to our sponsor, SSS Canada, for all their support in the Darts Ontario organization. Go to their Facebook page to see the high-quality custom dart shirts, which you can order for your team or individually. I'm with Trevor Pettigrew, formerly of the London Youth Dart League, and the 2016 Darts Ontario Provincial Champion. Thank you for taking the time to answer some questions so the dart community can get to know more about Trevor Pettigrew. So how are you doing today, Trevor?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
That's good. Keeping busy without any darts happening nowadays?
Yeah, I've been practicing a while.
Have you?
For a
Good.
bit.
Good.
Yeah.
So how did you get started in darts and how old were you when you started?
Well, first I started when I was 9 and I was playing soccer, but then I got a newspaper job and when our soccer games happened, I was delivering newspapers. So I had to find something different. So my mom found this youth league in London. So I started going there every Saturday morning.
So you started in London as a tyke way back then?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, who inspired you to play competitively instead of just joining a league, doing it competitively from there?
My dad, basically. He well, I started to get good really off the bat. So he's looking like with tournaments and stuff around Ontario, see where I can go.
Now, did you play tournaments while you were a tyke still, under 12?
Just the Tykes doubles for whatever it's called.
Yeah. Now, how often do you practice during the season and actually the off season as well?
During the season, I try to practice half an hour each day just to keep the arm loose. And then during the off season, take like maybe a week off and then week back on just to keep my arm loose.
Now, we all know practicing isn't as fun as a real game, but how did you make practice fun? Different games, and what was the best way you did for practicing?
So sometimes I practice with my dad. We just play regular best of 11, 501. And then I also just play 170 and 121.
Practicing your doubles as well, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I got to do that.
That's how you win the game, right?
Yep.
Now, how did you prepare yourself for a big game and getting focused?
Well, when I go into tournaments, I want to be focused all the way through. So when the big game happens, I know I'm already focused up and ready to play.
Like darts is a very emotional game, as we all know. And how do you control those emotions while you're actually on the line playing a big game?
When I'm playing a big game, I don't really notice what I'm scoring or know what I'm doing basically until the game's over. Then I realize, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. So
There's always some should-haves, right?
yeah, lots of those.
So what's the best part of competing for you, and what's the best part of darts, and the most important thing for you in the game of darts?
Basically making friends along the way because making friends helps be competitive in darts, to stay in darts, I feel like.
Now, you've met a lot of friends in all the different leagues in Ontario with many years you've been playing. So are you staying in touch with a lot of them now that you're an adult?
Yeah, I'd stay in touch with Donovan, Jaden, Connor, and Jason, Rain Hall too.
Some great dart players there you mentioned.
Oh yeah, amazing dart players.
So after a good performance and the match is over, what's the one thing you like to do?
Basically just talk to friends like Donovan. I always see him every time I win or lose a game. Just go over to him. He always makes it fun.
Well, speaking of losing, sometimes we don't always win all the games. And how do you stay focused getting ready for that next match? So you're in a round robin and you just lost a match and you know you've got to win. How do you get focused and ignore the past?
Basically what I do is look how many games I can lose. So if I lose one game, like you said, I know that I have to be prepared to win all the rest of the games in round robin in order to make it through to the top two.
Yeah, usually it's the top two that make it through, and that's the goal.
Hmm.
Just as long as you can finish second, yeah, anything can happen in the knockout rounds.
Yeah.
So let's go back to some Darts Ontario history and your results. So we're going to start off with the zone shoot results. In 2015, 19, and 2020, you finished second, and in 2016, you finished fourth. At provincials in doubles, you became the 2017 Ontario Junior Doubles Champion with your partner Quinton Matheson. Tell
Yeah.
us about that experience being on stage and winning the title over Colson and Rob from Oshawa.
Well, I was somewhat relaxed because Quentin and I, we used to go to school together. So that helped us be more of a doubles partner. And during stage, I think we're 0-1 down against them. And I told Quinn, just stay in it and we got this.
Yeah, you played a couple of players that have been to nationals, so a couple great players there with Colson and Rob, and you did great. So well done.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about the provincial singles as you finished top 4 in 2017, top 8 in 2019 and 2020, but it was 2016 you became the Ontario champion in junior male singles. Tell us about the experience taking the title over so many talented players.
Well, I wasn't really known back then, but I think it was in the semis. I played against Jason, and he's a really good player. That's how we started to talk and become better friends. And then in the finals, I played against Logan. He's a really good player too. So,
Yeah. You played a lot of good players that weekend for sure to get all the way to the finals and win
oh
it.
yeah.
So now you went to nationals in Richmond, BC that year. In all 3 events, you finished top 4. Amazing finish at the nationals. Tell us about the experience playing at that level and your best moments of the events.
Well, I was really nervous going into that. It was really nerve-wracking because I know all the nationals. Just thinking about it, how hard people get people get to go there, and all the talent over there is crazy.
How was it playing and making it to the the semifinals each time? How was that for you?
Very, very nerve-wracking too. Um, Pretty proud of myself as well because I know a lot of people I played against. They're really good, talented players. So making it there, I'm just proud of myself for doing that.
A lot of the other provinces, I've been to nationals a couple times. They always talk about there's always new players coming in from Ontario. There's such there's so much competition in our province, and there's so many great players. So it's so hard to make it the next year. Now, in 2017, you made top 4. How was that experience for you? I know you didn't make the stage that day or go to nationals, but how was 2017 for you?
Um, I was still proud of myself for making it the top 4. And I ran into Ethan, and that's when, man, he played really good darts that weekend too. And then in nationals, he played really well. So losing to him wasn't so bad after all.
Ethan did amazing, and then he actually went to the World Cup in Japan as well, so he did
Yeah.
well. So, is there any other memories in darts of your success or highlights that you want to share?
Just traveling to the CDC over in the States. They have really good, talented dart players that go there. The JDC and then the Evolution Tour, which is the under 23.
Now, you went to the New Brunswick as well for the Jeff Smith tournament, didn't you?
Yep, that was a really good tournament as well.
That was the year that Donovan won it. And how did you make out at that tournament?
I for the singles, I made it to the semis in which I lost to Donovan.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the first time I actually got to play him. That was a really good match too.
yeah, he's a great player. He's
Oh
done
yeah, he
well.
is.
So now that you graduated from the youth program, what are your goals for the new season, and how will you work towards those goals?
I think just to be more um competitive, more consistent player instead of shooting 100 and then having a wacky like 41, 45. Stay consistent with the 100, 100. And that's
Now,
the goal for
yeah,
2021.
that's good. I hope you reach your goals. In the game of darts, you really have to become an expert at calculating in your head and thinking fast. How did you improve your game in calculating so fast, knowing what to shoot for?
In our London Youth League in juniors, we had to chalk by ourselves and know what to go for really early on. So I feel like that helped, and just over time, just knowing what to go for, knowing different routes to take, all that.
Yeah, I think with talking to many of the players the last couple of weeks, I've been doing interviews. I've noticed a lot of them are practicing a lot and really learning their math, and it really shows because
Hmm.
they're the ones that are making the stage and making nationals. So I think if anyone wants to set their goals as high as what you've done, they need to do that.
Yep.
Now,
Takes time too.
oh, yeah, it doesn't come overnight, that's for sure.
No.
So who are some of your biggest supporters as you compete?
Definitely my family, my mom and dad, grandpa and grandma. They've been supporting me ever since I started playing. And then the London Youth Dart League, we all support each other no matter how well we do.
Yeah, I always see your parents there. It's always great seeing them for sure. So,
Yeah.
how was the experience playing in the Youth Dart League and going each week?
In the juniors, we had a lot of juniors when I was of age. So there's a lot of competition just in our own league, which made good darts just for Saturday morning practice.
Yeah, London's had a lot of great players over the years and has sent many players to the nationals. So, you came from a good league, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, do you play or did you play any other sports?
Just soccer when I was younger, but now it's just strictly darts.
Yeah, just darts.
Yeah.
What about hobbies besides sports and darts? What other hobbies do you have?
Playing video games with some of my friends. Same with what Donovan said in his interview. Played with Zach, Donovan, Jaden on Fortnite.
Yeah. Now, have you been playing any online darts? As so many people are doing online darts now because of the COVID.
I haven't. It was I was fine. I was playing Jason, just practicing with each other online, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. I like more live darts in action.
I don't blame you, but right now it seems like it's the only way to compete for so many people. So, as
Yeah.
long as you're practicing at home and playing your dad, that would be great.
Yeah.
Now, do you beat your dad very often?
Well, he's starting to improve right now, so we're a bit even right now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a favorite opponent you love to play against? And if there's one player in the world you'd love to play, who would that be and why?
My favorite player I like to play against has to be Zach or Connor. Whenever we play against each other, we always, if he hits a ton, there's pressure on my shot to hit a ton. So it's always great pressure games and games I enjoy playing.
Yeah.
And then the favorite or player that I want to play has to be Phil Taylor, just because I that's the first darts I bought from him. So
Mhm.
just he's one of the greats too.
He is absolutely the legend, that's for sure. So as we wrap this up, one more question. You spent many years from a tight junior and senior, and your youth days are done. What advice would you give some young youth players as they start playing darts and to follow your footsteps?
Practice almost every day, and then go to tournaments and meet people, make friends that'll keep you into darts, and then just practice your outs and hitting triple 20s.
That's great advice for sure. Thank you, Trevor, for taking the time to talk to us, and wish you luck in reaching your goals. And hopefully, we see you at some tournaments and, of course, provincials for the adults.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You have a great day.
You too.
That was great talking to Trevor. I've known Trevor and his family for quite a few years now, and always great seeing him play darts. Now, make sure you go to our website at www.dartsontario.ca to find out all the information about our organization. Also, go to Facebook and like our Darts Ontario page to get all the recent updates. Are you a current or former member of the Darts Ontario Youth Program? If you'd like to be on one of our episodes, please email me at youth@dartsontario.com. This is Shawn Irwin, your Youth Director of Darts Ontario, and make sure you check out our next interview on episode 15 of Darts Ontario Let's Talk Darts. We will talk with another player who is currently in the London Youth Dart League and playing lots of online darts. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.